Hello everyone, this is Jamie with another episode of Wake Up to English, this time Monday, the 24th of April. And today I shared a BBC News article all about growing buildings from fungus. I'm not sure about you, but when I think about fungi, I don't necessarily think about building materials. But people who think outside the box have often shaped our modern world. So I'm open to hearing all ideas. And there's an exhibition, the one featured in this article, which is in Newcastle. There's also an interesting part near the end of the article where they talk about planning towns and cities, and what I took is that they should retain their uniqueness. Anyway, let's get started. Here we go. Hello and good morning, everyone. Yes, good morning. It's Monday, the 24th of April, beginning of a new week. Did you have a good weekend? I hope you did. And I hope today is a good one for you. And as for today, I'm going to be talking about fungus and growing houses out of fungus. If it sounds like an unusual story, well, that's because it is. And it's from BBC News. So let's get over to it right now. Here's the headline. Newcastle's Farrell Centre explores if we can grow houses from fungus. Okay, and you can see a picture at the top. It looks like some kind of structure made from wool and fungal mycelium. Okay, let's have a look. A new £4.6 million architecture centre is opening, with an exhibition showing how we might soon be able to grow buildings from fungus and other innovative ways to reduce cities' environmental impact. What a strange idea. Growing a building. Not building a building. Growing it. The Farrell Centre, set up and partially funded by architect Sir Terry Farrell, opens in Newcastle on Saturday. Its opening exhibition sees 4 architecture studios offer visions for making buildings more sustainable. They include a structure grown from mycelium, the root network of fungus. First impression is one of, it's a bit strange, a bit freaky, isn't it? Back to the article. The mycelium has been grown on a knitted canopy made from sawdust and paper waste, creating strong, light, self-repairing and fully compostable walls. So it grows on a kind of structure, canopy. This idea of self-repairing is an interesting one. I heard it before with maybe a different material. But yeah, if buildings can somehow repair themselves, then over time, that would save a lot of money, save a lot of effort. You can see a picture here of the Farrell Centre. And just as a tangent, to go off on a slight tangent, if you take a look at this building, this is very common in England. You can see at the bottom, there's something like a tea house. In the middle level, you've got this Farrell Centre, this art exhibition place. And then on top, I don't know exactly what it is, but you can see the words Claremont Buildings, very, very old, in very, very old lettering, perhaps Victorian, maybe a bit after. This is very common if you go down any high street in England. You can see all of these modern shops on the ground floor, on street level, but you look up and you see these very beautiful, ornate buildings. So it's a very common sight. Back to the article. So growing mycelium, it says, that is completely at odds with how most buildings are built, which usually involves lots of concrete and steel and glass, said Farrell Centre Director Owen Hopkins. The new centre is part of Newcastle University, whose researchers have grown the living room exhibit. Mycelium is not yet at the stage where it can be used in real buildings, but it is not far off, Mr. Hopkins told BBC News. There's another part. Well, there's a picture here. Oh, I think this is Glasgow. Oh, no, sorry. Glasgow studio, Dress for the Weather, has created an installation suggesting possibilities for installation. So I think this centre explores, innovative ways to not build buildings, grow buildings, keep them warm, keep them comfortable. I like the idea of thinking outside the box, thinking of unusual ways. If we get stuck in the same mindset when it comes to anything, really, we might be missing a simpler solution. This Mr. Hopkins, he continues, I don't think it will be too long before it becomes a material that is seen as viable in more conventional forms of construction. One of the things about it is it's essentially self-healing. If a crack develops or there needs to be more structural reinforcement, it can be grown in situ. That means at the site. So it offers some really fascinating possibilities, but also kind of completely destabilizes that notion of architecture as something that's finished and fixed. Yeah, so it would grow over time and it would heal, self-repairing. There are many structures, almost all of them, that take maintenance. You have to check them from time to time and then repair them. It can be very costly. But if you were able to use a material that could repair itself, that would be fantastic, wouldn't it? That would be really a game changer. And there are other parts of this More with Less exhibition. As I mentioned before, new ways to use insulation, and then other ways to be environmentally friendly. There's another picture, and it looks like there's some kind of foil in the background. And from what I can see, it's just a chair to relax. Another part of the Farrell Centre focuses on how buildings and developments affect life in northeast England and how they can be improved. Northeast England includes Newcastle, this city where this is happening. I'm from the northwest, which is Manchester. Liverpool is also northwest. Yeah, northeast. It's actually a bit further north, and also to the east. Newcastle, Sunderland, etc. Sir Terry, this is Sir Terry Farrell, now 84, has played a part in shaping Newcastle by working on the regeneration of the city's quayside in the 1990s, designing Centre for Life and extending the Great North Museum, Hancock. His other landmark designs across the world include the MI6 building in London. Oh, I know that. Very famous building. I think that's been featured in James Bond, a couple of James Bond films. So, yeah, he's a well-known architect. Okay, this next part, I'm not too sure what's been spoken about. There's something called a network of something called urban rooms, where local people can have a say about how their towns and cities look. Yeah, I think that would be great. Cities used to have, and this is connected to what I said before, they seem to be a bit more coherent in their design. And if you look at the top of buildings, you can see there was a lot of effort put into them. Now, this is just the main street, the high street, but I think in general, people should have more say in how their towns look, and hopefully to make them look a bit more individual and unique, because there's nothing worse than going to a different town, different city, and it looks exactly the same. That is such a shame. I understand the shops might be the same, but have something local a local flavour added would be nice. So, as this article ends, it says such maps, I think these maps about creating urban rooms, would create additional layers of meaning and experience that actually we think are vital to understanding what the city is, how it works, and ultimately how it could be made better. Making it more individual, I would think. So, what will the future of construction look like? It might be grown from fungus. Okay, well that's all from me this morning. Just checking in on the room chat. We've got Jen, and I think she's saying have a good Monday, I think she means. Have a beautiful day, and you too, Jen. Chikako says, happy Monday, Golden Week holiday soon. Yes, in Japan there's a holiday known as Golden Week. All right. Well, thank you very much for listening, everyone. Have a wonderful day. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Until then, take care, and bye-bye.